Let me tell you about this time I met the most amazing girl. God, was I down in blue. She like made shit pop. It's like I had a front row seat to the beginning of the world. Man, it was like being in those thick dust clouds as they swirl. Her beautiful nebula was witnessed by me. As the planetesimals divided, forming our world, she moved in closer. It was like kissing God. You see, at that moment, particles divided like swimming in a frozen sea. I just needed, yes indeed, to get to that and be a witness to her miracle light. Oxygen increased. Water, metal, life. I was high. She like flipped on these stars like lights. She sat back for a minute or two, her gifted hand resting on her cheek. I would have sold my existence to the distant dark space to feel that face. Staring at the galaxy chess set she made, she finally moved in to make a checkmate, and the game was match, set, fate. As she rested back and smiled, she stopped for a minute, dressing the planets like models. It was important to get this right. All the artists of the world would have thrown down their tools because the spark in her eye had more talent than all combined. All must look good, she said with her eyes. When she finally finished dressing these things, she was joyous and free and gave her blessing with a smile. Man, that smile, I can't describe it in this time. It's like being at two places at once. It's like watching love as it's born and feeling like you're its mother. The deepest poets would have wept and would have broken their pencils, for such a simple thing could not forge words to utter the feeble human emotion encased in weak flesh of the experience. You're the happiest you will ever know and the saddest you will ever be when it ends. You try to go back in time to just get back to that time, and you plot to kill physics to make it happen tonight. Back to my story, though, because the final part was coming. To plug it all into the center, and boy, was I ready. To be a part of that seemed good to me, but look here, see. I must explain that life was fair before this, but after she, it just seemed to make so much more sense. This is where I wanted to be. Back to the center stage, though, she set a lamp upon it, lighting its candle core. Using her breath, she blew the flame, and it danced like never before. And like all space bends to her will, the mantle melted, giving into her every whim. The sun just was at that point. Soon after, they all came, those not of this space. I saw them as invaders, but they were just showing up. After all, they did RSVP. The show started, and I missed the opening song and fireworks. What if she asked me, how did it be? But I'm mad about something. To end my story, I sadly say the universe is big, and it banged. Before I could set myself close to her orbit, the expansion took place, and I said nothing to save my place, nothing to save me. So today I float in the coldness of space, this ever-widening universe that pulls me away. I hate that others seem to take my place, but foolish scenarios make great bedfellows. But yeah, man, that's my story of that amazing girl. And yes, other bodies may rest closer than I to she, but fuck it. I was there before the beginning of time.